So I'm here with Sarah from Databricks. You are the VP of Sales, and maybe tell people what you do.
Absolutely. I'm also thrilled to be here. We've known each other for a while, part of through what I do here. So I look after our software and our data partners. So we call that our ISV business. And these are companies that are integrating with Databricks, helping us to extend our platform. They're integrating through every stage of the data journey. Sigma, who we both know and love very much, and Fivetran and DBT and Confluent, all up and down the data journey. It includes our built on, so other software companies that are building their B2B customer facing products on top of Databricks, such that we are the engine powering them. Kythera, someone else who we know and love, is great
My
in
former
there.
employer and also
Right.
people, yeah, they've been with Built on for
Since the
I think one of the
beginning.
original stories.
That's right. That's right. So leader in HLS. Adobe's another great example. Um, and then data partners. Data partners are really data rich. We're working with them to seamlessly get their data to end customers. And that can be a data rich SaaS application, like an SAP, like an Adobe. And it's your traditional data providers like a Moody's or a FactSet or a Dun& and Bradstreet.
So
That's my world.
so you're basically the uh, the liaison into the Databricks world, if you will. From if you're a software vendor, the liaison into the Databricks world.
Yeah, and I mean, the real vision here is how do we help customers to unleash the power of their data? How do we help them to solve the toughest data challenges? And it's all about the customer outcomes, but we hope that through building good go to market programs, we're making our go to market just as much a competitive differentiator for our partners. So demystifying how to work with us and then helping customers drive great value.
Yeah. Oh, and the awesome thing is for me, I've seen how Databricks has grown in terms of those third party, in that third party ecosystem, right? For the longest time, there were other companies that had more of that robustness in that area, but I run into a lot of people that are saying, "Hey, we're building this on Databricks. Should we expand into Databricks? Should we start building on Databricks?" So I'm sure it's the result of your work and Roger's work, as well as Steve Sobel, who I know on the Build Up
Yeah.
program. So he's an awesome guy.
Oh, it's a whole team. I do very little here. It's everyone around me that I'm humbled and privileged to work with, and that's how we're all driving an impact.
That's awesome. So now taking it from that, right? So you're bringing in a lot of these third-party tools into the Databricks world. How does that work in terms of like that? Because there's some competitiveness in there, right? With the in-house built products from Databricks sometimes, as well as the ones that third-party has, like Sigma dashboards, and as Sigma, Databricks has dashboards in the AIBI Genie, right? So
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely overlap. There's a lot going on in the market, but the way that we view our software partners, it's it's extending the platform, and some customers, they're going to be able to get whatever they need from our natively built products, but a lot of them, Databricks doesn't exist in isolation. And so it's thinking about what are the use cases, what are the needs, and we're all about customer choice. And that's one of the really clever things about how we have organized how we look after partners. And you mentioned Roger, so we operate as a brother sister org where I sit in sales, the brother's product, and it makes it so that when we look at our software partners, when we look at our ISVs, they're part of product. We are partnering with companies, we're investing in companies, we're acquiring companies, we're building products that are also in those, but our product managers see the ecosystem as a core part of their product strategy. So will there be overlap? Of course. With Sigma, there's overlap with AIBI, but Sigma is doing amazing things with machine generated SQL, pushing that down. Our sellers love working with them. So it really goes back to what's the customer trying to do, make it customer choice, and we're all going to win if we're driving the right outcomes.
now we are here in the SAP Sapphire Conference in Orlando. This is a little bit of a last minute addition for me to come in here, but I'm glad it worked out. And the reason why I came is SAP, SAP's partnership with Databricks, very big deal. And the way that I had a friend of mine at Databricks, Andy Stahl, actually said is like, look, the quality of the data inside of SAP it's very valuable, right? For businesses, their whole financial reporting that they do in front of authorities and all this,
Yeah.
it relies a lot on the data inside of SAP. So like when it comes to in-house data, it's in many ways the purest of data that you can get. Obviously, like in any place, you always have issues, right? But that's where master data management comes. But it's a very important thing for the SAP ecosystem to be connected now to the Databricks ecosystem. From my view, and from your view, what does this partnership represent? Like what went on behind the decision making between SAP and Databricks to think, hey, this is something that we find it mutually beneficial.
Yeah, I mean this partnership, Christian Klein and Ali Ghazi, they've called it a marriage made in heaven, and I just think that's the perfect description for it. SAP data is the most critical data that an enterprise has, whether you're thinking about your ERP data, which is what runs the business, or SuccessFactors, Concur, Ariba, all these critical applications that have your critical data that fuel a variety of different business outcomes, whether we're talking about supply chain orchestration or inventory management or fraud prevention or cash flow optimization. You need this valuable enterprise data. And for years, forever, it's been really hard to get. And it's not to say people haven't been getting SAP data and putting it in platforms like Databricks. We've got about 1,000 customers right now that are doing incredible things, but it's hard. It's clunky. It's expensive. You lose your semantic richness to it.
It's one more thing you have to do.
One more thing you have to do. And even when you do it, it's oftentimes not great. And you can't do great AI on bad data. You can't do great AI if you're not sure, can people actually run those queries, see those insights? Do they have access to that data? So that's where SAP and Databricks came together and said, we know there's a better way. We kept on getting asked, okay, these are great partnerships, so what about SAP? And here we are. Now we've done it. It's all wrapped in BDC. BDC is their business data cloud, and there are two flavors to the partnership. It's all about unleashing the power of your data. So one aspect is a tailored version of Databricks that is called SAP Databricks, and it's sold as part of BDC. You don't have to go anywhere else, do anything else. It's pre-configured, all in there. You buy it as an SAP product. And then the second flavor is using this BDC connector, which is powered by Delta Sharing, that you know a tremendous amount about, and we can always talk more later, but powered by Delta Sharing to get all that semantically rich, curated content seamlessly to native Databricks, which is just not SAP Databricks. So all of this is making it so customers can realize the true value of that data, and then you can intelligently reason on that data, and you can fuel your business. So SAP, a major partnership. This is going to drive so much value for our customers and, of course, for both of us.
A lot less, or our data's out of sync, or things are not connected. So
completely. Or what was this again? It's like having to go through the medallion architecture, which is powerful, but now you can get your SAP data served up, silver, gold, ready to go. And
as close as you can be to the source of the data. That's really ultimately less steps where things can go wrong. If I'm an SAP customer and I'm interested in leveraging Databricks, where do I start?
I mean, you start with what are the business outcomes that you want to be driving? Where else can your business go? Are you focused on optimization or new revenue streams or whatever is your core value that you're driving for? And then, of course, what are the data products that are important to you? Are you using them for ERP? Where are you in your whole journey with S4, HANA, BW, all of these things? So understand, what is that? Are you using the line of business apps like the Concur, the Ariba, the SuccessFactors? Because you have to take inventory of what is your data state? What's your current state? How are you currently unleashing the power of it? If there's no pain, then you don't have to do anything. But most customers I'm talking to have quite a bit of pain. So inventory your current state, understand where you want to get to. Let's work together on what are those required capabilities that help you to get from your current to future state. How are you going to measure the success of that? And we'll come in quite opinionated. I mean, like I said, we already have 1,000 use cases that we've been helping our customers through, and that's the legacy way, which was hard. Now we can talk about the right, the better, the faster, the less complicated ways of doing it. So then lean on your Databricks team to come in with an opinion. We have these business outcome maps, as we call them, and they speak to the business value, and we're double clicking into them, again, really prescriptively with how does the ecosystem help to solve it. Databricks alone isn't solving supply chain orchestration, but Databricks with critical partners like SAP, critical partners, Sigma, Fivetran, DBT, built on, it's everyone coming together. So I guess in short, where do you start? You start with where do you want to get to? And then talk to us about your current state, your future state, and we'll come in an opinionated way and help you to get there.
Yeah, and one thing that I love is you've said a few times, start with outcomes. That is something that at SAP, so the consulting company I work with, that's one thing that we drove a lot to our messaging. It's like, hey, AD marketing does not have a clear value as to, hey, what is the outcome that the customer would expect from us? It's one of those things that we've made like, hey, no, we can't have that. It doesn't start with the technology. It doesn't have, it starts with what the business actually needs. So I love to hear that messaging coming from Databricks to, us as vendors. So
No, it's so important. If we get stuck only in the technology, then you can forget about what are you even trying to do. You got to focus on what are you trying to do, and then lean on Zeb, lean on Databricks. This is all we do is help companies transform. All we do is talk about data and AI. So let us help on the journey. I tried to come with a hat that no hats will be as great as your orange hats, but
thank you. Well,
I'll try to represent.
I really like that. I did get one of those, so I'm very. I'm like, does it come in orange? No.
I know, only orange hats for you, but maybe it would clash a little bit with the colors. But we'll see what we can do.
That is. Thank you so very much.
No, thank you so much. Amazing partner, and I'm so glad to spend some time with you here.
Thank you so very much.